Thank you very much. Wild ride on the NASDAQ today. Well, the economic crisis is affecting a lot of people's college savings plans, and investors in those 529 plans are running into an IRS restriction that is stalling their attempts to refinance. You haven't run into that yet.
Well, no, but I've got the two for my own kids. And here to explain the problems that you may have already run into trying to rejigger your 529s for your kids' college funds is Jane Kim of the Wall Street Journal. Hi, Jane.
Hi, hello.
Well, I'm one of these parents who's been really searching for any and all information about this because things were going quite well for my two college funds for my kids. But what is it that you have found that is quite disconcerting about these funds?
Well, as a lot of investors in these plans are watching their savings plummet, there's an IRS rule that limits you to making one investment change per calendar year. So when people are getting very nervous with the volatile markets, they're trying to move into safer harbors. They can't. If they've already rebalanced their account, say this year, they have to wait till next year.
Now, everybody always draws from personal accounts, so forgive me, because I have a 16-year-old, and I'm lucky and unlucky. I'm unlucky because I didn't go into one of these plans early on, but I'm lucky in that I've got cash now. Is it too late for me to get in with only two more years to go?
Into a 529 plan? Yeah. Well, it's actually a good opportunity if you have a longer time horizon to save, because shares are cheap right now. So if your child is planning to go to graduate school, you might want to...
I can use it for graduate school.
Absolutely.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just for undergrad. So
yeah,
maybe I'll get into it.
Yeah.
And you can use it for grandchildren too, is that correct?
Absolutely. Yeah. So you can always change the beneficiary, which is another way to get around the once-a-year investment restriction. If you change the beneficiary, you can change the investment allocation immediately.
Can you change it back to the original one, or once?
You can.
So you could go back and forth a couple of times.
Yep, that's the back door.
We shouldn't say it too loud, or the IRS is going to catch wind of this, right?
Right. I mean, it's per IRS rules.
Give us your assessment, though, on 529s. Have they been a good idea for most people? Because every single state now offers one or two, and there are thousands out there, really. But is it the right thing to do?
The tax advantages of 529 plans are very good.
They're just not taxed if you use it for education.
Right, right. Earnings are free from federal taxes as long as they're used for education. So it's a very good investment, provided you have a long enough time horizon.
Does that include textbooks and dorm rooms and things like that?
Yes.
Good question.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't...
Yeah.
It's very generous. Now, is there a cap on how much you can earn to take advantage of this, or is it for anybody, no matter how much money you make?
It's for anybody, and that's what's so attractive about 529 plans. A lot of wealthy individuals, high net worth individuals, are prevented from going into other types of college savings vehicles, but there's no income cap to invest in a 529 plan.
The last I checked, 2011 was when some of the tax advantages were going to expire. Have those then just been eliminated, and you'll still get the tax advantage?
Yeah, those have been made permanent, so those federal tax advantages will
the government
still be there.
did something right.
Yeah. No, this is genuinely one of those plans that helps just about everybody. I mean, unless you're really caught at the wrong time with the market, it's very beneficial.
Right. Especially if you're young children right now.
Have people, though, been so skittish that they have been pulling all out and maybe doing the wrong thing at the wrong time?
Actually, that is the case. I spoke with one woman who had cashed out of her 529 plan.
What's the penalty for that?
The penalty, if it's underwater and you've lost money, there's no taxes. There's no federal taxes because you're only taxed on earnings, and you only get assessed a 10% penalty on earnings from the plan. But so if it's underwater, you can take it out.
Can you deduct it just like you do any other loss?
Yes, it counts as a miscellaneous itemized deduction.
What if it's not underwater? What's the penalty?
It's a 10% penalty plus taxes.
Don't do it.
So, exactly. If you have any earnings, you might want to keep it there for a while to give it time to recoup.
Great advice.
Thank you very much.
Please come back. This is advice we can use. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Jane Kim from the Wall Street Journal.
Well, is there anything General Motors can